Hi, welcome to Perri Pierre podcast. I am your host, Perri Pierre. Our guest today is Fabienne Colas. She's a Haitian-Canadian actress, director, and producer. She's the founder of Montreal International Black Film Festival and Toronto Black Film Festival. She's also the recipient of the 2018 Canada's 40 Under 40 Award. Fabienne, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm doing great. Those are difficult times because we are fighting the COVID pandemic. We are also fighting systemic racism.
Mm-hmm.
So in a more aggressive way to try to make a change. Mm-hmm. So that's how we're doing. That's where we are. And we're preparing the festivals, the Haitian-Canadian Festival from July 24th to 26th, 2020. And the Montreal Black Film Festival from September 23rd to October 4th. So yeah, things are doing great. We're working hard. We're tired, but we're happy and excited. And we cannot wait to tell, everybody what we have in store for them. So the festivals are going to be digital. So Haitian-Canadian is already out. The festival is at the end of July, but people can go to Haitian-Canadian.com. And they will see all the program. And then for the Montreal Black Film Festival, it's montrealblackfilm.com.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go back to the film festivals in a little bit. But you grew up in Petion-Ville, Haiti, and you went to Collège Marianne. Any interesting stories from Collège Marianne?
They gave me a persuasion award because I was convincing the general director of the school. She was Sœur Marie-Thérèse, I still remember. And Mother Marie-Thérèse would have very strict rules for us at the school. And I was the vice president of my class. And I was the one all the time, being the spokesperson for our class and going to negotiate with her and to explain to her how we should absolutely have a waiver because that thing doesn't work for us and we can totally make it work. And she should totally give us some, some leeway there. And she could not believe that each time she was just comply. For example, there was a time she said, I remember, she had said, oh, there's no way that you guys are going to have like a big party at the end and, having a big band and this kind of stuff for your graduation or raising money and selling stuff during, in the school year, during the
last year, right?
Yeah, the last year. It's selling stuff and merchandising and soliciting the kids and, on the yard and stuff. And I sat down with her and say, this is all the reasons why that would help us, and this is why it would be beneficial for us and for the school and for our spirit as a team and blah, blah, blah. And I was so passionate about that. And I was so convincing. I remember, and she could not believe she bent all the rules to accommodate our promotion, our class.
Yeah.
And then that's why she said, she gave me that award. And it meant nothing at the time because I'm like, oh, nice, cool. She gave me that. But today I kind of look back and say, wow, all these things helped me today in everything I'm doing to help push the inclusion of diversity in the arts and in society. When I say inclusion, I mean the inclusion of Black people and people, visible minorities in television and cinema, because here in Canada, where I live right now, everything is so white. And it's okay to have white people on screen, of course, but we just need some inclusion to make sure that our TV and cinema reflects the society's reality.
Exactly.
Because cinema and television are mirrors of our society. So it needs to reflect who we are today. And today in Canada and also in the United States and also in a lot of Western countries, we have a diverse society. We have people of color and they are part of the population. They pay taxes. They contribute to society. They help. They help build society. They need to be reflected on TV and cinema. And that is my fight today. And that helps me. That helps me in everyday lobbying and everyday work I have to do on that front.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's really fascinating, actually. Yeah, so you've been a champion of diversity and inclusion. So I know how significant it can be to have diversity and inclusion in the media, because a lot of the times people that are growing up, they want to see themselves, or they want people that look like themselves in a film or TV or whatever. So thank you for doing all of this. By the way, how did you get cast in your first film in Haiti?
Oh, wow. It goes back a long way. Um, okay. First, I was a model. I was a
Mm-hmm.
model, and I used to be a model at Académie Perfection with Magali Racine. Magali Racine was my mentor. I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
lady is just amazing. She saw something good in everybody, and she made us all feel great. And she is the first person that introduced me to the notion of diversity, because in
Mm-hmm.
her agency, the modeling agency,
Mm-hmm.
she was in Petion-Ville, and in a very bourgeois neighborhood,
So light
and
skin.
uh, you know, very, very privileged neighborhood and upbringing. And Magali made sure that we were diverse. She
Mm-hmm.
always said, I want people, when they come here, they see white Haitian, because we do have white Haitians. They see Arabic Haitians. They see black Haitian, light skin black Haitians, black dark skin Haitians, anybody in between. They see everybody, because this is who we are. She did not use the term diversity at the time. She did
Mm-hmm.
not use the term inclusion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But with her, I so understood what inclusion and diversity felt like, because we were a very diverse cast of
Uh,
models. And then some of us were 6 feet tall, and some of us was five. I'm five, 5 feet 8 or 9,
mm-hmm.
and some of us were 6 feet 2, and some of us was
Wow.
feet, and some of us were 6 feet 6. And some of us were more curvy, some of us were skinny. So she had everything for everybody. Like, she
Mm-hmm.
had something, like everybody could fit. She wanted to make sure that we were the best. We were an elite kind of group of models, and everybody would give her the best contracts, because she had the best ladies, the best girls, and the most professional ones. She gave us a lot of soft skill as well. Not just like how to model, but a lot of soft skill to conduct ourselves as young ladies and stuff. And our parents trusted her a lot. So I learned a lot with her. So that's where I started with no, in a good notion on diversity. And later on, she introduced me to, you know, advertising. So I started to advertise on radio, television, and billboard. And then after that, I remember one day they were looking for the next Miss Haiti. It was in 2000, and they didn't have time to do a contest, so they needed to handpick
Someone.
somebody that was confident, that was overly confident, somebody that was sexy enough, that was good looking, that had a great presence and whatever else. And I remember she handpicked me and said, "This is her. She's all
Mm-hmm.
of the above." And she handpicked me, and I got through the selection process, and I was Miss Haiti 2000, and I represented Haiti to the Miss West Indies pageant and another contest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, I learned all that with her. And following that episode, um, I got back to the country, and my father told me, "Wouldn't you want to try something additional, to add something else to your portfolio?" I said, "What are you thinking of?" And
Mm-hmm.
he said, "I don't know, maybe like playing a TV series on TV or something else, you know?" I'm like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
why not?" I was up to anything. I was like 18 or something, or
Mm-hmm.
20, early 2021 or something. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and so my father knew a director called Raphael Steins.
Mm-hmm.
Raphael used to work at Universal Pictures, and he used to be in the States and stuff. And then he retired to get back to Haiti, and he wanted to transform Haitian cinema. That was his dream. He was not that that young. He was maybe in his 60s or 70s. And so he had a lot of experience working with the Americans and other people. And he had a lot of connections in the States. So Raphael was directed Petoma. That was a TV series at the Haitian National Television.
Yeah.
And one day, following the discussion with my father, because my father said, well, you should introduce yourself to Raphael Steins and tell him, that you're my daughter and everything, and you would like to explore possibilities to see if, you can learn from him and be in the soap opera and those kind of stuff and his TV series. And what I did, I think it was even before. I don't remember exactly on the timing of this because I don't remember if it was after I became Miss Haiti or before. Anyway, so I went to see Raphael one lucky day without appointment. I got to the Haitian National Television, and I said to the receptionist, I'd like to meet Raphael Steins. And I remember she said, do you have an appointment? And I said, I don't, but he will welcome me.
You just went there. Wow.
I just went there. And I said, and she said, you don't have an appointment? I said, no, but he will see me. He will welcome me. Just tell him that my name is Fabienne Colas and I'm the daughter of, and blah, blah, blah. And then, I'd like to talk to him. And she was puzzled. She doesn't know who I am exactly. So she may as well go and report the news just in case. And so Raphael came with his cigarettes, smoking and stuff. And he came to me and said, yes, how can I help you? And I said that takes balls. I'm telling you. I'm so, I admire that little girl I was. I really do admire the teenager I was, because today I would have never, ever done that. And I don't recommend anybody to do that. But at the time, I told him, oh, hi, my name is Fabienne Colas, and I'm the next star of your TV series.
Mm-hmm.
I introduced myself like this, can you believe?
Wow.
And then he was like, oh, really? And who are you? What have you done? Have you been in other TV series? I said, absolutely not. But I'm telling you, I'm the best you can find, and you should definitely try me out and give me an audition because I'm the next star of your TV series.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was 70 years old or so, and he was smoking. He took a puff, and he was trying to be very polite because I feel today, in retrospect, that he wanted to just say, what the heck, this girl is just out of her mind. But he said he was poised, he smiled, just like in a movie, and he said, so you think you're a star, eh? And I said, no, I don't think I'm a star. I am a star. I don't tell this story very often. But to make a long story short, he took my information and he said we would contact you. And usually when somebody say that in the film industry, that means you will never
nothing, right? Exactly.
So 3 days later, I got a call from the production coordinator. That was his wife coordinating the series. That called me and say, Raphael said that you're very persuasive, and you came to him, and this is how it's gonna come down. We're gonna send you those lines, and if you're gonna come and try, you better study them. And if you're good, we're gonna keep you. If you suck, we don't want to hear from you anymore.
Ever.
Right? So ever. So I'm like, that was the job of my life. I had to make a good impression, and I had to impress everybody. So that's how I started. So I started in Petoma, and the rest is history because I spent 1 year there and in a lead role. And at the end, Raphael was doing feature film about Burkina Paradis, and he was doing that. And so there was no role for me there, but he was so much fond of me. He was a real fan of my work, and he created a role for me in this film so I can be in there. So I was in the film, and at the premiere, everybody from the Haitian film industry was there at the premiere. Well, most people.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that night, I met somebody that came to me at the end of the premiere
Mm-hmm.
saying, I'm doing a film next month, and I believe you are main actress. And that was Jean-Gardy Bien-Aimé. And
Mm-hmm.
he gave me a role in Protège Moi. And then after
Mm-hmm.
that, um, uh,
Yeah.
Richard Senegal was the DOP on the film. So, long story short, he gave me the lead role in Barricade, and everything skyrocketed from there, from that film. And I had just 3 scenes in Burkina Paradis, just 3 scenes. I was not the lead role. I was nothing serious in that film, but I remember being on the cover of Ticket Magazine, on the cover of all the newspapers, and everybody was talking about that role because it was so emblematic. I don't know why. Well, maybe because I was um taking a bath in the river and whatever. I will not sell the punchline,
Yeah.
but
Oh
the
wow.
punchline. But anyway, that's how it started, and I'm forever grateful to Raphael Steins. May he rest in peace.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, that's an amazing story. You could not have been more persuasive. Wow. Any interesting story from the set of the movie Protège Moi? That was shot in Les Cayes, right? In southern
Yes,
Haiti?
yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, I had such a great time because we were all in Les Cayes, Okai, and I spent some few days there or weeks with the whole team.
Mm.
We were living in a kind of hotel slash apartment together, and then I remember one night, I don't know who had that crazy idea, but somebody from the crew said, "Okay, let's go to Cavaillon and swim at midnight in the sea, like going to the sea, to the beach at
Mm-hmm.
midnight or something." And I'm like, "Oh my God, there might be like some, lugao there and stuff." Anyway,
So those crazy
and
stories.
yeah, so I went with everybody. We went swimming at midnight in the beach at the beach and had a good time. And oh, that was amazing. That was a great time. That was a great time. I got to meet so many people from the film industry, all the actors and actresses, and we had a good time. I had a good time.
Wow. Anyway, big shout out to Lekai. I grew up in Lekai.
Really?
So
Oh,
yeah, I
really?
lived in Lekai from the ages of 3 to 17. And at 17, I moved to Brooklyn.
Oh,
So yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, people, awesome. People in Lekai were so nice and so warm and so generous with all of us. I remember like we were filming sometime and we were missing, I don't know, a crop or something. And people
Hmm.
were just offering us, oh, do you want this? Do you want that? And people were opening their old house
Hmm.
to us. And oh my God, these are great people and warm people.
Wow. So what is one thing about working on Haitian productions that would surprise most people?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can talk about Haitian productions today because Haitian cinema is kind of dead or almost dead in Haiti right now because
Hmm.
we don't even have movie theaters anymore. All of them have
Yeah.
been closed. Now I
Yeah.
know that we have one alternative movie theater, a smaller movie theater in it's a great movie theater actually, but it's small and it's downtown at Focal.
Hmm.
Fondation Focal.
Hmm.
And I know that we have one or two alternative little spaces that are kind of movie theaters equivalent
Hmm.
in the country. So that keep things going, but we don't
Hmm.
have any grants or subsidies from the government for
Yeah.
Haitian cinema.
Hmm.
The government, the Haitian government, cultural um, plan or effort for years, ever since I've been alive until today, has been the carnival. And
Yeah.
the second priority they have for culture is also the carnival. And the third priority they have is the carnival.
Yeah.
So that's all they've been doing. That's all they know about, giving money to a bunch of compact groups and this kind of stuff. I have nothing against compa. I have a bunch of friends um, playing in compact groups.
Hmm.
However, I believe you cannot have a um, cultural policies that is solely on one thing.
Yeah, it cannot just be
Haitian
music.
Haitian culture is not just music.
Yeah.
And music, Haitian music is not just compa either. You have roots music, voodoo music, you have hip hop, you have rap, you have
Yeah.
so much more. You have so much more in Haitian music anyway. Even the Haitian music is more diversified than what everybody's supporting. And let
Mm-hmm.
alone you have cinema, you have theater, you have literature, you have poetry, you have
Poetry,
cooking. You
dance.
have so much,
Yeah.
dance and so much. So I couldn't disagree more with the government policy on culture, which is like a big zero. And I'm not a big fan of their policy on culture. Yeah, so that's very hard for the Haitian cinema to find a way to develop. We
Mm-hmm.
used to have something called um, Filmmakers Association in Haiti, l'Association des cinéastes haïtiens.
Mm-hmm.
And now this association is just like, not even surviving because they don't have enough money to hire people, to put, structure together and stuff. So the Haitian cinema is dealing with a lot of difficulties at this moment. Not just at this moment, for a long time.
Yeah.
So this is the state of Haitian cinema right now, and I hope that one day we can find a better way to
Mm-hmm.
support that cinema because there are so many opportunities out there for Haitian cinema. Because let's just imagine that we would have a co-production agreement with Canada or France or Italy or I don't know elsewhere
Mm-hmm.
that allows the Haitian cinema or Haitian cinema production to benefit from a lot of funding, millions of dollars from France
Yeah.
or from Canada for a Haitian film. But
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have the structure of a co-production agreement, which would be a piece of paper of legislature that the usually it would be only the Minister of Culture that would just approve it, but it seems like it should go to Congress and stuff in
Mm-hmm.
Haiti. It's everything in Haiti is more complicated than it should be.
Yeah.
So that prevent not us, but people in working in Haitian cinema in Haiti to benefit from these grants and everything else. So I want to try to see how I can help. I've been talking to a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially the next generation, Jessica Geneus, Jimmy Jean-Louis, Bruno Moural, Gilbert Mirambeau. I've been talking to, a lot of people about this very issue to see how we can Alexandre Benjamin and more people to see how we can resolve this problem if it can be resolved at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I hope you guys come across a solution. So let's take it to Canada now a little bit. You said that having an accent in French and English made it harder for you at the beginning to land a role in Canada. Do you have any stories about an audition that you probably went to, or perhaps something that you were told by a casting director,
Well,
like that has specifically to do with the
it's
accent?
always the
Hmm.
other person that has an accent, right? So
Right.
we always believe that it's the other side that has an accent, but we all do. We all
Right.
has a certain accent, whatever it's called. So
Right.
you just have to fly and to go to another city or another country or another part of the world, and you believe you too have an accent. So when I came to Canada, to Montreal, yes, I had a Haitian accent, a strong Haitian accent in French,
Hmm.
and my natural accent, in English.
Hmm.
So to both the English section of the city and to the French section of the city, I had an accent because I didn't have the Montreal accent yet that I can have now today because I've trained myself to have it when it's needed. But yeah, it has been very, very difficult because the first time I started talking and then everybody's like, oh my God, girl, you will not be working here. I'm like, why not? They say, well, because you would find a job like an acting gig only if we're looking for a Haitian person straight out of Haiti. So if you really want to work here, you better learn this accent so you can, you know, melt into like the general population in a casting call. And I totally understood that. So I
Hmm.
learned the Quebec accent, the Montreal accent, as if it was a foreign language,
Oh,
as if I
okay.
was learning a new language because that has nothing to do with what we learn in Haiti. So, and today I can switch if I need to. Um, of course, I still have my, my zest of, who I am,
Of
the
Haitian,
Caribbean
of course,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I can decide to have three different level of accent. I can have the very Haitian accent. I can have the Quebec
Quebec.
slash Montreal accent, and I can even have a French from Paris accent if needed, or a
Okay.
very like standard French accent if I'm doing like dubbing, if I'm dubbing a film or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah, it has been a problem. It has been a problem, and it will be a problem for anybody arriving in any city with a different accent, because then we have to explain why in the film or in the series that you
Or
are
talking
the only
differently.
person with a different accent. Why is it? So
Oh, yeah.
today it's kind of becoming different because everybody in the city, not everybody, but a lot of people in the city have all kinds of accents. So we don't kind of need an explanation anymore to why somebody would have a different accent, because it's part of society. Society is that way now today. You
Yeah.
go to that
It's a
street,
melting pot. Yeah.
exactly. You close down a street and you interview a lot of people, and everybody will have their own flavor and accent and everything else. So you will not say, why do you talk like that in society? So it should be the same on TV or on cinema as well. So that's my advocacy.
Montreal International Black Film Festival. How did the idea come to your head?
Well, it's very, very, very simple. When I came here in Montreal, I wanted to conquer America and wanted to play in movies and TV series. Unfortunately, they didn't know what to do with me. I was a beautiful young Black girl with an accent, immigrant. Like, what the heck where does she fit? So nobody knew what to do with me. So that was kind of 40 pounds ago, now anyway, or maybe 30 pounds ago. So since I was very skinny, so it doesn't show that much, but if somebody knew me, they would see that. Anyway, so yeah, so I started there with, I understood very quickly that I would not be having the career I had in Haiti, where I was the most popular actress at the time and everything else like that. So I knew very well that it would not gonna be the same here, because there were systemic barriers for people like me to just move forward in the industry. So I had some few roles here and there, but nothing substantial. So then I decided, well, we're going to be bringing some films from Haiti here in Canada so people can see them and understand what Haitian cinema is. They will discover Haitian cinema, but at the same time, they will be like, oh, that girl can act. Maybe we can give her a chance, a shot. And unfortunately, no festival wanted these films. So they were selected at no festivals. And here I was one day, no auditions, no job, no hope, no platform, no festivals, no nothing, nothing. And people started to tell me, well, maybe you need to go to medical school. Maybe you need to go to law school.
To love.
Oh, what about engineering?
Engineering.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know the
Architecture.
drill. You know the
Yeah, yeah.
drill.
Of course.
So I'm like, I know I can be the best lawyer out there. I can be the best of whatever I set my mind to be. However, that was not, for me, the way to make change. Making change is not about avoiding the very situation you're dealing with. Making change is about facing the situation and deciding, okay, what to do differently to really make a difference. So I said, no, I'm not going to go to law school or whatever, because I want to change things. I want to make it different for people that look like me. Maybe I will not have a shot, but I want the next people to have a shot, the next generation to have a shot. So that's how we started with the Fabienne Colas Foundation. And we created it with a different mission because it existed in Haiti at the time. And the first project of the foundation became the Haitian Film Festival, the Montreal Haitian Film Festival. 5 years later, became extended into the Montreal International Black Film Festival. And today, we are doing 9 festivals in Montreal, Toronto, Halifax, Port-au-Prince, New York City, and Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. So it became a huge movement. And we also have a big mentorship program, a big training program called Being Black in Canada, where
Mm-hmm.
we teach and train and mentor up and coming filmmakers to do their
Mm-hmm.
first documentary short film so that they can get to do fiction film and feature films. So, and then they don't pay anything. We pay, we pay every professionals working with them and then helping them to put that together. And their films get to be screened at the Black film festivals and other festivals. And then at the end, their films are broadcasted on
Mm-hmm.
TV. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them are going to be broadcasted on CBC this fall, for example, on September 19, 2020. So just to tell you that it's life changing, it's career changing, it's an experience of a lot of lifetime for them. So it's amazing. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing here. And it all started out of a frustration, a
Wow.
personal frustration I had because there was no door opened for me. And I wanted to make sure that the next generation would not be going through that path, actually, So,
Yeah.
because I mean, there must be a better way. So that's why we started.
Wow. So to the young people out there, do like Fabienne Colas, turn your frustration into something as big as, the Montreal International Black Film Festival and all of the other ones. That's really impressive. How many films do you receive each year, and how many films do you accept? Would you say
Oh
at
my
the
goodness, we receive
Montreal?
thousands of films. Thank God I'm not part of the programming team. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how they do it,
Mm-hmm.
seriously, because hardest. That's the hardest role. That's the hardest section in the festivals because you have to watch all these films. Some are great,
Mm-hmm.
some are awful. Some
Of
are
course.
awful. I'm telling you, Pierre, some are just awful. And they still have to watch them all and make a
Mm-hmm.
decision. I mean, some decisions are easy to take because if the film is definitely awful, I mean, you don't have to think it twice, take it over. You
Mm-hmm.
just say no. But some decisions are very tough because sometimes they have a lot of great films and they still have to make a decision and then say no to some
In the
people just
number.
because there's so many we can choose. There's so many
Yeah.
slots. So this year in 2020, we will be going digital. So it's going to be over the web.
Oh,
And
okay.
so it's a whole new struggle and challenge, a
Yeah.
bunch of new challenges. So, yeah, but they are the one watching that. And I really don't, I'm so happy I don't have to do that because
Mm-hmm.
that would be too hard for me to
Mm-hmm.
have to come, to like handpick films or stuff like that. So they do that and they're brilliant. They're good. And Emile Castonguay is the head of the programming section, and Joyce is the senior programmer. Joyce Fuelsa, she's the senior programmer and program coordinator
Mm-hmm.
there, and she has a team to help her out with that. So yeah, they're doing just fine, and I take care of the all the other more easier stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. What are the best resources that have helped you along the way to put together the film festivals?
Resources in terms of what, money
In terms of
or?
like, yeah, like maybe like sponsorship or maybe grants that you could have received from Canada, uh, or like
Well, at the beginning it was very hard. At the beginning, I mean, nobody wanted to fund anything because they don't know you, or they don't know what you can do, or they don't even know if you can pull it off.
Mhm.
Really, you want to do a festival? Have you worked in a festival before? Have you volunteered in a festival before? What do you know about festivals?
Mhm.
And I said, no, I haven't worked in a festival. I haven't volunteered in a festival. I don't know anything about festivals, but I'm committed to learn, and I'm going to learn. And I'm
Yeah.
learning as I do it. Oh, really? And
Yeah.
that's so funny. I mean, 15 years ago, that was the spirit. When you're in your 20s,
You feel
anything is
less.
possible.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
fearless. And this is so bad that when we grow older, we tend to lose this naivete. We tend to
Mhm.
lose this eagerness and then this fearlessness. This is
Mhm.
so bad.
I
So
know. I
every
think.
day, sometimes I'm facing a tough decision, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I really sit down and say, what would the 20-year-old Fabienne do? I say that. I ask myself that. The
Yeah.
20-year-old Fabienne that couldn't care less about what people think. I mean, seriously, what would she do? I don't say that I would do exactly what she did because I learned over the years.
Yeah, you become more
But
mature. So yeah.
yeah, I'm getting more mature. Yeah. But sometimes I'll be like, if I was 20, I would do that. So I'm going to do that. So sometimes I do that, no, seriously, because the more you tend to grow old, the more you're like thinking twice,
Mm-hmm.
being, like, oh, what would people think? Oh, what would people say? Who
Yeah.
cares?
What if I fail? Stuff
What
like
if I
that.
fail? When I was 20, I mean, I would not, failure was not on my mind. I mean, I couldn't care less I failed because it was like, I need to try. And
Mm-hmm.
by getting older, you're like, yeah, what if I fail? What would people think? What would people say? So I don't care about what if I fail. I do all I can in the best of my capacity and knowledge, and I put a team together, the best I can find, I can hope for, to put a venture together. If we fail, we would have tried our best. And that's all there is to know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my philosophy every day. So we try all we can. And it's good to fail because you learn and then you can start over the next day more
Mm-hmm.
intelligently. So that's
Exactly. Yeah.
totally fine. You learn. What I say to people is fail quickly, fail fast, fail at the beginning. Fail. You need to try so you can fail quickly,
Yeah.
because that way you don't fail when you are so much at the top. You fail at the early stages, so the failure is less of a problem, or it's a lesser problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so at the beginning, nobody trusted really that we could pull it off, so we didn't have a lot of support. We had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of support from the public, from the audience. The audience turned out. I mean, we had thousands of people coming. I mean, that was amazing. The first edition, we had 3 films, and we had 3,000 people over 3 days. That was huge.
Wow.
But
Only 3 films. That's amazing.
only 3 films. So we had Profond Regret, we had Protège-moi, and we had La Rebelle. I still remember. And we had Reginald Lubin, Sacha Parizeau, and Maura Junior Etienne. I mean, I don't remember if Maura was there, but that was it. And then it sparked like a whole movement. However, the second edition, people started to be like, oh, okay, she knows how to pull something. The best thing is when people miss not miss when people underestimate you. I was gonna say misunderestimate, just like George Bush. My goodness, not
Mm-hmm.
misunderestimate. When people underestimate you, for me, that keeps me going.
Yes.
I want to prove
Yes.
them wrong. So they underestimated me for the first edition. So I give it my 110%, and it was a massive success. And after that, people start joining, because what I say to the young generation, or to anybody at any age starting something, people are there. Oh, I wanna. Some people write to me sometime, and I don't answer back because of that. They say, hey, Fabienne, I'd love to tell you about the project I have, and I'm looking for help for that and whatever. So I'm waiting to find some help to start it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even bother,
Yeah.
because nobody wants to get on a train that is going nowhere. You need to start where you are with the resources you have, your own resources. Get
Mm-hmm.
going, get started, do it, and people will join on the way. And that way
Yes.
you prove people that, oh, I believe so much in my own damn project that I started it with what I had or with my own resources. So now, hey, would you join me? We can do something bigger. We can go further together. Then people will
Yes.
join you. But if can you believe if I had sat there and say, oh, I'm waiting for some money to do a festival. When I'll get money, I'll do it. I will still be
Mm-hmm.
sitting there today.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I had to start and prove people that I could do it with nothing. So that's my lesson. That's my advice for everybody.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. That's really fascinating. Um, so what is one thing that your film festival did for filmmakers that you did not expect? I'm talking about like the latest editions for the most
Oh my
part.
goodness. Um, I never expected that we would give filmmakers award and that would allow them to get funding elsewhere. For example, we had a film, I don't remember the name of the film at this time, but there was a documentary about doctors during the segregation time, a hospital in St. Louis during the segregation time. Anyway, it's a great, beautiful film. I just don't remember the name. Anyway, and the two filmmakers, yeah, I did the film, and they came down to the festival with their crew and their staff, their team. But that's nothing extraordinary because a lot of people are coming to the festival with their crew, their team, and whatever. And they got to win the best documentary. We don't select, the festival doesn't select the winners. We put a jury together, and the jury gets to select the winners. So the jury is completely independent. We don't interfere with them. We cannot even ask them why they did that. And sometimes I don't even agree with their choices. I'm like, oh my God, they chose that film. I wouldn't have chosen that. Oh wow, I love that choice. It depends, but I never voice publicly my disappointment or whatever, because that wouldn't be professional. So they are entitled to whatever decision that they make, and that's their decision alone. We cannot challenge that. Anyway, so that film won Best Documentary Feature. And these guys wrote to us and said, thank you so much. They were there. They got their award. They were so surprised. And they wrote to us after that to say, since we won, so many people in LA, because they're from LA, so many people in LA, we were trying to convince to meet with us so we can pitch our next project, or we can pitch whatever, blah, 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 then, or for funding or whatever, and they said they never agreed or they never answered us. And boom, we won, and then we blasted it on social media and on the news. And then everybody is answering, and everybody says, yeah, oh, congratulations. Yeah, when could we meet?
Wow.
So I never anticipated that the festival could have an impact to film projects from elsewhere, or outside of Montreal. And then one thing also, I never anticipated that we would put together a comprehensive mentorship and training program that would be qualified to be the best. Not the best, because we know we're the best, but we will not say it. Biggest, I mean the largest in the country, called Being Black in Canada, where we train and mentor people to do their first documentary shorts. It's the biggest incubator for Black filmmakers in Canada. So I never anticipated those things. I never had a business plan to say, this is how we're going to do that, and this is where we're going to be doing at year 15 or year 14 or year 12. Never. It's just like, organically we started. So yeah. And we're constantly restructuring the organization because each year it's getting too big. It's getting like, oh my God, we need more people. Okay, now we need a director for this. And oh my goodness, so we will need somebody to work in that section, somebody to take care of this. And then, it's beautiful. Our partners are just amazed and happy and proud because they just love the fact that everything is kind of growing organically.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So where can filmmakers submit their films? Through the website, or you go through Film Freeway or Without a Box?
Through the Montreal Black Film Festival website, the Toronto Black Film Festival website, the Halifax Black Film Festival website. There is a link called Submit Your Film. And you click on that redirect you, that gives you all the rules and regulations, but it redirects you to Film Freeway, and then you can subscribe there.
Oh, okay. So it's happening this year, and it's gonna be online for the people that are interested. When will I be invited? I'm just kidding.
Well, yes, it's gonna happen online. It's from September 23rd until October 4th, 2020. It's going to be online, so everybody can buy their passport to attend. Some films will be available worldwide, some other North America, and some other geo-block only Canada. That's the way it is. And we're doing our best to have the most film possible available to you guys. And So this year, we're not going to have anybody invited physically, but we will be having a lot of panel discussions and those kind of stuff. And seriously, I like your research on this interview, and I see that you know everything about what I do and me. So you did a great job. And then, you know, people like you,
Thank
I'd
you.
love you to host a panel discussion during the festival. That would have been nice. I don't know if it's going to happen this year or next year or
Thank
in
you.
2 years or in 3 years, but I will definitely submit your name to our team to say, hey, I love the way he does his interviews and his research. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
that would be fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know you've met a lot of influential people in your life, you know, like President Obama, Oprah, Spike Lee. By whom were you more starstruck?
Starstruck is a word that I would not use because I had prepared my mind
Okay.
to be meeting these people since I was so young. Not Barack Obama though, because when I was young, I didn't know he would be president or I didn't know
Right.
about him. But Oprah was somebody that I knew. I mean, I didn't know, but I wanted to meet since I was a very little girl. And I always prepared myself to that occasion mentally. So I was ready. I was just ready. I was ready. And I met her. Of course, when you are in her presence, you're like, oh my God, I'm really meeting Oprah, the Oprah Winfrey. That lady changed the lives of so many people in such amazing ways. Like she allowed me to dream a bigger dream for myself. By seeing her on TV, by seeing all she accomplished, that gave me, you know, hope, and that gave me like the power to just go and chase my wildest dream. Because if another Black woman can do her own dreams, I mean, my dreams are not I haven't accomplished anything that she has, but in my own world, what I wanted to do, I mean, I think I owe some to her. Because I was inspired by that, Michelle Obama as well, Barack Obama and Spike Lee and so many other ones. No, I was not struck because I was just prepared. One day I have something to tell you. One day we wanted to, I was talking to Sidney Poitier's assistant because there was
Sydney.
Sidney Poitier is like a legend. And so I wanted to vouch something with her about Sidney Poitier and everything else. And I gave her an information about something on Sidney Poitier. And she said, oh, really? Wait a minute. And she came back to me and said, Mr. Poitier is here. He would like to talk to you.
Oh, wow.
I swear to you, I in my mind, I would not be speaking to Mr. Poitier whatsoever. I didn't plan for that. And he was on the phone saying, hello, Fabienne. I swear to God, I spent like, for me, it looked like an hour, but it was maybe 30 seconds where I was like, well, Mr. Poitier, it's an honor. It's an honor. Mr. Poitier, it's such an honor to talk to you. Mr. Poitier, I might have said that like 100 times. I mean, I'm telling you. And maybe I said that like 3 times and it felt like an eternity. But it just to tell you, I was not prepared. And I swear, I promised myself, I looked like a complete idiot. I mean, I looked like a complete idiot. I made a fool of myself. I didn't know what to say. That time I was starstruck. And I said that on the Facebook Live thing I was saying 2 years ago. Anyway, so because I didn't know what to say, I just didn't know how to behave, what to say, how to talk to him, because he's bigger than anybody else, you know, even, I mean, I was not even that starstruck with Barack Obama. Barack Obama said, hey, tell me, what do you do? And then I told him everything. He wanted to know about the festival, about everything. I told him there was no problem there. But with Sidney Poitier, I mean, oh my God, that was something. And then he noticed that I was kind of losing it. And, you know, he asked me questions and about the very thing I was talking to his assistant about. Anyway, so that went well at the end. But one thing is, I promised myself that it would not happen to me again, that I would be ready for my legend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because there's nothing worse than when you're meeting your
Your eye, yeah.
idol,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look like a complete idiot. Oh my god! Some people have been like that with me. Some Asian fans. That's
Mm-hmm.
great, but no, I want to see the best of you, and that's not the best of you. So behave,
Yes.
prepare yourself mentally for your idol. To one day, if I meet that person, I'll try to restrain myself. I'll try to be composed, and this is what exactly I'll tell her or him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I've trained myself for Oprah and Barack Obama and Spike Lee and everybody else. And that so far, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I was doing my masters, a lot of my research was on Sidney Poitier. So I would be like kind of almost starstruck too with Sidney Poitier because I've read his book, I've read about him, I've watched his films back from the '60s. So it would be like, what? Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh, that's the
Um,
same thing that happened almost happened to me with Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte was our guest in 2012, and we gave him the first Montreal Black Film Festival humanitarian award, and he came to receive it, and then he came to give a conference and everything else. He was, oh my goodness, what a decent man, what a great man, and inspiring man. Anyway, so and I remember that first time my team is like, okay, he's there, he's waiting for you. So because we had a conference in front of the media with him, and I was gonna meet him that first moment, just like 30 seconds before going to the media. And oh, you know what is good with these people? They make you feel comfortable as well. They make you
that's
feel
true.
comfortable. And he was like,
Hmm.
"Hey, hi, Fabienne. I've been reading so many good things about you. Thank you for having me." And then he came with his wife, that she's so lovely. And yeah, it went well.
Okay. So, final question. What advice would you have for a young Haitian actress from Haiti that is moving to Canada to pursue a career in TV or film?
In Haiti.
Yeah, an actress that's moving from Haiti.
Oh, she's moving from Haiti to Canada.
From Haiti to Canada, yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say because Canada is not so far. Canada is the best country in the world. Okay, let me just put that straight. It's the best country in the world. We have a great um, social, socially oriented country, and with programs and benefits and those kind of stuff. It's great, and people don't have to pay to go to the hospital or to have an operations or those kind of stuff. To have free healthcare, free education. This is fantastic.
Mhm.
However, we have a lot of problems with systemic racism, just like any Western country, maybe less here than the United States, but still we do have that. And however, in the cinema and television world, we're not there at all. We're not there at all. It's not inclusive whatsoever. Everything is white, and we're still trying to fight so people can understand that inclusion is not charity. Inclusion is a part of the market that you're losing if you don't include. Because if people
Exactly.
don't see themselves, they're not gonna watch your damn show. So
Yes.
that's like as simple as that. So that's what we're trying to convey to these people, the broadcasters and stuff. A lot of them are getting it, but so many other ones are not yet getting it. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very difficult. It's
Mhm.
gonna be a nightmare at times. But hey, you might be lucky and get your break. But I would
Mhm.
say when you come to Canada, if you want to get into acting and serious about that, go to either a drama school, a theater school, or to some
Yes.
theater workshops.
Hmm.
Go to where the action is about the films and televisions. Get to talk to the unions, the film union, artist union, Union des Artistes, ACTRA, and those kind of people. Get
Hmm.
to network, get to go to those film galas and stuff so you can meet people in the industry. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You're going to just sit there in your house and pretend and wait that the
Hmm.
phone will ring. Nobody will call you. You need to go out there and hustle and get your own work. But what I would say too is if you're a good actress, and you want to work there, find some other people that are in the film industry or that can be, I don't know, cameraman or
Hmm.
DOPs or whatever. And
Hmm.
then make them film you and do a little something. Do a
Yeah.
little
At least you can have a
monologue.
reel. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can have something
monologue.
to show.
So
Hmm.
exactly. And then, or find like a best scene that you can find on TV or for a film, and we react that and have it captured on, on film, and then post it on YouTube, post it on Facebook, so people can see what you can do. So you can build, as you say, a reel, and people can see your talent. That is good. And the most you will do, the better you will get at it. And
Hmm.
today you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or what have you,
YouTube.
that
Yeah.
we didn't
Hmm.
have at the time 15 years ago. So take advantage of them. That's what I would say.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. It was amazing talking to you.
Yeah, thank you
I've
to
learned so
you.
much that I couldn't read or get from my research. So thanks again, and best of luck with all the film festivals this year. And yeah, I hope to attend one day.
Yes, I hope
Yeah.
so too. And thank you so much for the invitation, and congratulations for your podcast. I mean, it seems like you're on a roll. That's
Uh,
good.
thank you so much.
All
All right,
right. Thank
all
you.
right.